When it comes to forgiveness, I sometimes, wonder what do some people, not all, because I understand, but some people, when they really go hard with it's almost like they're projecting, you say you're forgiving, but you're not really forgiving. It's like almost you're projecting, and the projection is so hard, the energy is so strong with it. You have to wonder, how does one view forgiveness? Like, not on the part of the person who is the forgiver, but on the part of the forgivee, the one who wants to be forgiven. How do they view forgiveness? As being a forgiver themselves, and also as being one who wants to be forgiven, What do they think forgiveness means? What does forgiveness mean to you? You know? Because I see it a lot and I hear it a lot, and I wonder, because I even said this before, like, does forgiveness for some people mean that you wrong somebody regardless to what you did, blah blah blah, but now you want to be forgiven, so you go to this person, or even if you don't go to the person, whatever, you are expecting to be forgiving. Why? Because you let bygones be bygones. Time heals everything. Time heals the wounds, this, that, and the third, right? So now time has gone past. The person, doesn't want to interact with you. They don't want to be bothered with you. I don't know a nice way to say that, so I'm just gonna, be straightforward. They don't want to be bothered with you. Whatever it is that you did or didn't do has had a lasting effect. They just, they have moved on now, right? Doesn't mean that they have malice towards you. Doesn't mean they're holding grudges. Doesn't mean they want to see your demise. They want you to fall. No, it's just moving on, bigger and better things. And the same should be for the other person as well. But what I'm getting off of this, it just seems like not all, but a lot of people feel like forgiveness means that you are supposed to welcome them back into your open arms and whatever. You're just supposed to welcome them back in because time has gone past. The wounds should be healed now, whether it's been addressed or not, because sometimes some things just don't need to be addressed. You should just let it go and go about your business, But for those who feel like, the person isn't forgiving you unless they welcome you back into their home, their arms, things are supposed to go back to the way it was before you played yourself. That's basically what I'm saying, right? And then it doesn't happen like that. And now these people feel like you're not forgiving, you're not healed. They'll even go as far as to say that you're not healed. Because you're not forgiving them in the form of that, how they want to be forgiven, Because, yeah, maybe if it was the other way around, they would do that. They would welcome you back into their arms and all that, blah, 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 whatever, right? But then you also got to think about what would be your offense, What is offensive enough to just decide that, okay, I fucked up, and you know what? They deserve to feel how they feel, and you know what? I should let that person go, live their life. We had a time, you remember that say, people come together for reasons, seasons, or a lifetime, right? Sometimes it's a season. Sometimes it's a reason, Never mind the lifetime. Focus on the season and the reason. Because this is what's important. Because the people in the reasons and the seasons are not going to be the people that you see for the lifetime. The people that you associate with, that you are in your situationships, whatever it is you got going on. That lifetime commitment might not be them. You could be 60 years old and turn 63, and now here you are, moved on into a whole new life for yourself. A new lifetime commitment. Now you're going to look at everything prior as seasons and reasons. Reasons for these seasons. Seasons for these reasons. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny, not everybody, but I understand that that's the energy that's projected. So a lot of people are they're reading off that energy. I understand that, but I am responding to the energy itself. Itself, the projection. I'm responding to the projection itself. You can forgive and not have to have these people in your life. Lessons. And it's not just a lesson for you, it's a lesson for them. Maybe they'll learn how to treat people better, learn how to be loyal, learn how to not just follow blindly, learn how to use your own brain. Think with your own brain for a change. Not to just be led astray or into temptation because you feel like this person is this person here. It's that quantity over quality thing I was talking about. It's a big umbrella, a lot of things underneath it. You just got to be able to identify what you see when you're seeing it happen in real time. But yeah, that's it. Forgiveness for yourself is key. Forgiveness for others is not for you. If vengeance belongs to the Lord, then so does forgiveness. Because at the end of the day, you can forgive somebody, but does that mean the Most High forgives? Does that mean that they're not going to be subjected to judgment when their time comes? What are they going to say? Oh, well, but listen, Most High, I went to such and such and so, and I apologized to them, and they forgave me, so let me in. It don't work like that. Because 9 times out of 10, those aren't the only people that you've offended, 9 times out of 10, you've probably done way more stuff that this right here, that apology, is literally nothing. It means nothing. Because your whole life is judged. The scales, the feather, and the heart, your whole life. Like when people die, they said their whole life flashed before their eyes. Or people have near-death experiences. That same thing happens. My father was one. He saw himself in a bar. In a bar, And the bartender said, "You want a drink?" He put the drink. You can either drink this drink or you can walk out that door. He looked at the door. The door was closed, but you could see this bright light shining through the cracks, the round, the lining of the door. He looked at the drink. He put the drink down. He walked through the door, and guess what? He woke up in the hospital. So you have to think about these things, Forgiveness is not for the person that you want forgiveness from. It's for you, If they decide to not forgive you, what are you going to do? You're going to say, "Oh, I'm not forgiven"? Or are you going to ask the Most High to forgive you? Because when you get up there, because, people like to talk about heaven and hell, but truthfully, I believe that whatever you think heaven and hell is for you now is where you're going to go at the end, Sometimes I would sit around and think about that, and then I would think about Dante's Inferno, and I'd be like, wouldn't that be so dope if the Most High allowed me to actually add on an extension in there, Let me add a whole new layer, A whole new layer of fire and brimstone. I don't know, I just think it would be fun. But yeah. How you feel, if you feel like hell is the punishment, then that's where you're going to go. Because remember, your sins, you don't know how much them sins are costing you right now. And then nobody's, paying homage to their ancestors, like in the right way, Sometimes you should give a burnt offering, I don't like to do the food thing because the food thing makes me think of Beelzebub. Well, I can't even say the name right, but it makes me think of that entity when I see people leaving food out. Or what comes to mind? The movie, The Witches of Eastwick. When when they was telling him all the things that their weaknesses. They was basically telling him their weaknesses. And then when they decided that they couldn't deal with this man no more because he was toxic as all hell, he started he would think about that, and he was replaying it. He literally had them recorded on a video. And he would look at them, and he would think the thoughts that he thought. What thoughts was he thinking? Everything he said that brought them pain. Mental pain, physical pain, anguish. Whatever it was they said that scared them or hurt them or put fear is what he projected onto them. And they felt that. So you have to think. Let go. Let go of your fears. Let go of the fear of being alone. Let go of the fear of not having friends. Let go of the fear of being in fear. Just let it go. False energy appearing real. Let it go. Where does it come from, you know? And a side note, when people are in fear, it releases a chemical in your brain. That shit runs through your blood. For all the conspiracy theorists out there, y'all should know where I'm going, what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this right here, particular thing. So why put that into your bloodstream? Why try to instill that into another person? You know? Because that's literally like, it makes it all the more sweet for vampires, so to speak. You know? That fear in the blood sweetens it up. You know? You can see when someone is scared. Bullies thrive on that. They look at that, they see it, they like it. They bite it. You know? And they feed off that. You know? I'm literally talking it because in a way I'm kind of living it. You know what I'm saying? Because I look a certain way. I look like I'm in fear. I look scared. I look like this. I look like that. I look like everything but what I actually am. And then when people get to know me one way or the other, then they think I'm not who I say I am because I look a certain way. So much so that when I used to take my son to school, you know, one day we came home from school and, you know, I was chastising him because of something that he didn't do, you know, whatever complaint the teacher had, you know what I'm saying? And I'm chastising him, walking down the block. I'm not yelling, being all crazy, but I'm being stern, gentle parent shit. And a woman actually laughed. She giggled, laughed at me. And it pissed me off because I'm like, she's literally undermining me in front of my child. You see me chastising my child for whatever the fucking reason, and you laugh. He sees you laugh. He looks at mom like she's a joke. But then I had to realize that mom looks like a little girl. Mom is her age, but she looks a little younger than her age. So much so that people don't take her seriously. So much so that a woman will see her chastising, verbally disciplining her child, and she laughs. Because that's not something I would do. I wouldn't care how old the chick look. I'm not going to laugh at you and you having a, you know, with your kid. Depending on how your whole vibe and all that extra shit you doing, I might be a little alarmed. You know? But I'm not going to laugh because laughing can make it worse for the child. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. Learn to let go. And just be happy with it. And if you are the person who was let go of, understand why you was let go. And just, you know, it is what it is. And if you feel like that you know, because I mean, truthfully, people only really want to be forgiven. Certain people only want to be forgiven so you don't tell the world or somebody else the foul shit that they do or the real person that they are, you know. Those people will, you know, usually talk crap about you. And then when you get around the people that they talk crap about you too, they're looking at you funny. You know, I even had someone tell me that me and one of my cousins didn't get along. And I was like, well, what the hell? That was news to me. You know? And then on a separate occasion, that particular cousin came into where I was at with his friend and pointed me out and said, that's the cousin I don't get along with. Again, flabbergasted. I didn't know. I just didn't know. So you know what that tells me? I need to cut people off. Because obviously people have problems with me that they're not telling me about. They're telling other people about it. You know? And this can have a profound effect on how people view you. How they treat you. How they try to handle you. You know? But then, you know, you have to think about it. When people are so willing to tell everybody except the person you have the problem with, maybe that should be a red flag for the people who are listening to the gossip. You know, instead of running with it like the baton, you know, because everybody think they're in the Olympics when it comes time to telling somebody fucking business. It's like, who's going to tell it first? Who know what? Everybody want to be exclusive. Everybody want to have the exclusive intel, you know, so they can hop on a bandwagon, you know. It's ridiculous. But yeah, learn to let go, you know. It's better for you. Less stress for you. You don't have to worry about it. And why do you care so much that the person is not forgiving you anyway? Why do you care so much? You know? Because then becomes, it then sounds like it's more of a you problem and not a them problem. I don't know.